Now we'll look at the real pre-production. You begin pre-production when you know that you can definitely pay the movie's bills, which means that the money is in the bank and ready to be spent. To sum it up simply, as you have the script ready and a budget that allocates money for every activities, all preparations need to be made for the shoot. Every step of creating and producing the film is carefully designed and meticulously planned in this phase of the project. The more effort that is put into the pre-production phase, the easier and more successful the film production will most likely be. Pre-production involves the following activities, though they are not always executed in the same order and they frequently overlap. Fixing the technical crew. Here, you start to select key crew members and the preparatory stage of the movie making process begins in earnest. The crew members are typically everyone who works on the film, not limited to that of the director, producer or cast. Let's take a look at some of the roles that are defined for filmmaking. The director. The director is absolutely the most influential creative force of the film. He is the one who determines the style and visual look of film and in fact one of the first members to join a project. During pre-production, he begins with story discussions, the storyboarding and shortlisting. He meets with all other department heads to discuss specifics of the film as it relates to their department. He also helps cast and rehearses with the actors. There are 4 common types of producers: the executive producer, producer, line producer and associate producer. The producer is responsible from the start, that is conception, to the end, that is distribution, to deliver a high quality project that is well received, comes in under budget and makes a profit. They work closely with the director shepherds the production from start to finish. The producer secures the necessary rights, often hires the director, supervises casting and assembles a crew. He oversees the budget and then coordinates the post-production work. An executive producer often maintains the rights to a book or story idea or puts in at least 25% of the film's budget. Executive producers rarely have creative or technical involvement that are often caught up with several projects at once. The co-executive producer title applies to studio executives or distributors who have a limited financial stake in the project. A co-producer works under the producer and often helps with casting, financing or post-production. The line producer is on the set at all times to supervise the budget but has little or no creative input. Associate producer is a largely honorary title. Sometimes it's a form of reward for exceptional performance on set. The production manager manages the production budget and production schedule. He hires crew, arranges insurance and makes deals with unions. He reports on behalf of the producers of the film on the progress of the film. The first assistant director looks after the logistics of film. He works closely with director in all aspects of production, facilitating and communicating. He schedules the film, runs the set and oversees his team of other assistant directors. While the director of photography works with the director to compose shots, the production design manages the design and decor of all set, stage or location. He is responsible for physical look and conception of film and collaborates with director to maintain a unified, stylized look. The script supervisor times the script in pre-production. He makes it certain that the continuity is correct across scene to scene during production. He keeps comprehensive notes on set for all facets of continuity, dialogue and timings. While the casting director finds actors to fill the parts in the script and sets up audition for director and possibly may make deals with talent, the costume designer designs, creates, purchase and rent wardrobe for actors in films. Location scout managers consults with the director to determine the look, feel and style of individual locations, finds and secures location and manages locations during principal photography. The video editor oversees the editing, which involves selecting the best shots or visual images and arranging them in a logical sequence so that the story flows smoothly from one scene to another. The sound designer heads the sound department. The second recordist captures the audio during the production stage of filmmaking and records and mixes the audio while in studio. There are still more persons like music director, boom operator to runner, the last assistant in directorial department, who are hired during the pre-production stage. Next is casting. Casting is the selection of all the actors in a film, from principal players to those with minor roles to extras and stunt doubles. Casting is taken care of by casting directors who are very good at finding actors who match the director's specifications. Obviously, the director makes the final choices, but the preliminary selection, which is the most time-consuming and tedious part, is done by casting directors. The casting directors will maintain a directory of literally thousands of actors and can quickly find the right actor for a role. They also tend to follow the careers of actors, knowing that a decade or more down the line, a currently unemployable actor will be hot property, having developed his skills and maturity. All of the actors in the film are members of the cast. This includes those who have speaking roles and those who do not, such as the people who comprise the crowd. Selecting the right actor is often critical to a film's success. Many factors determine whether an actor is the right person to portray a character in a film. Physical attributes, depending on how the director envisions a character, acting ability, including appropriate body language and mannerisms, are qualities looked for while castings are made. The ability to emote are sometimes conveyed through facial changes and sometimes through body language and vocal effects, which includes tone of voice, inflection, pitch volume, and rhythm of spoken words. The public often has expectations about the sort of roles an actor will play based on the actor's public persona, appearance, previous roles, or reputation. Sometimes a director may not select an actor for a role because the public associates the actor with a character type that doesn't fit the director's vision. While most actors prefer not to be typecast, some actors focus on perfecting a character type.